Few automakers have managed to encapsulate the passion of a car in its design, like Maserati. A mere glance at its most popular offering, the Granturismo, relays a certain opulence, a sense of power and thrill. It is, with ease, one of the most striking cars on the road today. For 2013, its updates include, amongst other things, a new fascia, revised interior, and more power. They are welcome updates in their own right, but they also mean we have the chance to drive it. First, let's see how fast it is. So the Maserati's working with a decent amount of power, but it's also carrying around quite a bit of weight. Fortunately, launching it's very easy. You put it in sport mode, turn off stability control, you can leave it in automatic, it's not any faster in manual mode, and then you just slam the throttle. Little bit of wheel spin, shifts happen at about 7,000 RPM on the tach, 0 to 60, 4.6 seconds, and you have a wonderful symphony behind you. Quarter mile, 13.1 at 109 miles an hour. And the Maserati stopped impressively in our 60 to 0 braking test. The best stop took just 102 feet. All right, now the figure 8 test in the Granturismo. And initial impressions are very good. This is a very heavy car, and yet mid-corner, it doesn't feel like it. Actually, throughout the entire figure 8 course, it feels very confident and very fast. You can throw this thing around quite a bit. Now, it's great because this is a grand touring car, but it's nice to know that if the situation calls on it, you can drive it fast and have a good time. Now, on entry, you have a little bit of understeer if you throw the car in the corner fast enough, but you can easily turn that into oversteer with just a dose of throttle. You can come out of a corner cleanly, you can come out of a corner with oversteer. It all depends on what you want to do with your right foot. Steering offers a lot of precision, not a lot of feel coming back, but it's decently weighted and controls the car very nicely. I'm genuinely impressed. Now, limited slip locks up a bit on exit, so it's a little easy to get oversteer, heavy oversteer on corner exit. But this thing has a lot of grip and very admirable handling dynamics. This Maserati masks its weight well. I mean, the only time you really tell it's heavy is after a few laps and the brakes start going away. They do stop impressively, but you can tell they're getting worked pretty hard by all the weight this car's carrying around. All in all, nice work, Maserati. So let's get some of the criticisms of the Granturismo out of the way first thing. Well, there aren't many, but the infotainment system feels a couple years behind, maybe a decade behind the curve. The resolution's rather low, the functionality of it is kind of clumsy. On top of that, you don't have a proximity key. You can't just walk up to the door and grab it and unlock it, and you also have a key to turn here. It's a petty gripe, but remember, we're working above $100,000 for an asking price. You would think those would be standard equipment. Now, the reason why I bring up the criticisms first is because this car does an odd thing when you drive it. You start making weird justifications. You think, well, who needs a push-button start? It's kind of rewarding to turn the key and hear that engine fire up. Maybe, maybe not. But then you kind of get used to the infotainment system, and you think, yeah, I could live with this. And the reason why is because this car just sort of seduces you into loving it. Perhaps it's something to do with the design. Maybe it's that wonderful exhaust note. Maybe it's the way it drives. It's the combination of all these things that make you just enjoy it so much and make you accept any flaws you could find. I mean, you come up with ridiculous justifications, stupid justifications for why you should have this thing. And when you're driving it, they all make sense. As far as powertrain is concerned, it's pretty respectable. We have a 4.7 liter V8 that comes from the same machine shop as a Ferrari engine. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic, a true automatic, from ZF. And yeah, the shifts take their time, especially when you're pushing the car hard, but that's okay. I'm not sure if a fast shifting twin clutch would match the personality of this car, or I'm not sure if that's just another lame justification. I can tell you, I like this the way it is. Now we have to talk about the sound this thing makes. It is absolutely wonderful. In fact, it's one of my favorite parts about this car. It has this sort of typical V8 burble, but it really cleans up. It smooths out as you rev it higher. It's a really rewarding thing to rev out. So we have this sport button here, and what that does is it makes the transmission hold on to gears longer. It also prevents it from going into sixth. You slide it in manual mode, and the exhaust opens up, and you just get a deeper, rich tone. There are two miniature orchestras, one in each exhaust pipe. You know, as far as the interior is concerned, aside from this old-feeling infotainment system, everything else is really nice. It smells like leather. The seats are a little stiff, but they're totally comfortable at the same time. You can just sort of fall into a really relaxed attitude, a really relaxed mindset when you're driving this on a freeway. In fact, when you approach traffic, you just sort of, okay, I can live with this. I'll just sort of lean back, rest my head against the headrest, and put it in sport mode so I could hear that exhaust and just enjoy it. These shift paddles too might be the biggest in the business. They work though. If you ever have any steering angle in, you can always grab the paddle just by the tip, which is really nice when you're cruising on a mountain road and you're using the manual mode. There's just something about the overall character of the Granturismo that I just adore. It's big, it's loud, it's beautiful, it's comfortable. When you drive it at slow speeds, you just sort of fall into this zen-like trance where all is right with the world so long as you can keep driving for miles and miles along the road. I actually get mad when I get home and realize my drive is done for the day. I just want to go out and cruise in this, enjoy it, and savor it. And it doesn't have luxury in the traditional sense. The ride is rather firm. It's kind of like a 911. The engine is not quiet. Nothing is actually quiet in this car, but still, it soothes you in a way that most quiet and comfortable luxury sedans don't. Maybe it's sort of a deep tissue massage for the enthusiast. I don't know. But all I know is I like it a lot. It's impossible to stay impartial in this car. Only the harshest, most stone-hearted of critics would get out of this thing without enjoying some part of it. Other Grand Touring cars may offer similar styling, comfort, driver enjoyment, and they might make beautiful noises too, but they do so individually. Few, if any, blend these aspects together as seamlessly as the Granturismo. The result is a voluptuous car, one that's as provocative to look at as it is to hear and as it is to drive. Few others encapsulate this passion like Maserati.